Well, welcome to our time. Our favourite invertebrate ecologist joins us to look at what happens to bugs and slugs over the cooler months of the year. And here she is, Miss Bugs and Slugs, an all-round teacher and managing director, Kristen Messenger. Kristen Messenger.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you like to be called, Kirsten or Christian?
Oh, usually Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
With a K.
Yeah.
Which rhymes with, I don't know either, excepting it's lovely to have you back. Because you've been on the program, I'm not sure how many times, but every time you're on the program, people say, get that woman back to talk about more things. So we have.
Do they?
Yes.
That's nice.
I know. Even your mother,
Yeah.
who says, oh, I missed it last time, put her on again.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever watched it.
Okay, so we've got, as usual, an amazing array of stuff here.
Yeah.
And what we're really talking about is what happens during winter time with bugs, because a lot of them disappear.
Yeah, it feels like they just disappear and then magically reappear.
But of course they
in
don't.
Spring. No, they don't. So do you know what that is?
It's a frame with a thing inside.
That's a golden orb weaving spider. So that's a fairly common spider around Adelaide and across throughout South Australia into the regional areas as well.
So does that hide in that great big...
No, so if you think of the story of Charlotte's Web, which is a little bit right, so the a little bit right. The golden orb weavers, usually a female will live for 2 years as an adult.
Right.
So she'll have her first year as an adult and then she'll make a few egg sacs, and that's what those things are on the left.
Oh, so this big lumpy thing here is an egg sac.
Yeah, well, there's 3 egg sacs there. So there's one, I call it a double yolker. It's a double egg sac. And then there's another one above it.
That's this one here, yeah.
Yeah, so they were both her egg sacs. And you can see the golden web. That's where they get their name, golden orb weavers.
Oh, okay.
So
that's at the top here?
Yeah, just here, yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of her first winter, a female will make a few egg sacs, and sometimes she'll sit and guard those egg sacs and hopefully survive the winter. The egg sacs will hatch in spring usually, or just before spring when the temperature
So does she go nick off and leave them?
No, she'll stay with them if she's a young adult.
Okay.
And then usually she'll reappear again in spring and build her web again, and then she'll, at the end of that season, so at the end of summer, coming into sort of through autumn, she'll make more egg sacs, and then she'll usually die.
Right.
And those egg sacs will hatch.
They basically only have sort of 2 seasons. Is that...
Yeah, as an adult, but it might take them at least 12 months, even 2 years to become an adult.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not as simple
not
as they live for 1 year and then make an egg sac
Is
and die.
it?
No.
So when you want to go and kill a spider, you just think, well, it doesn't have a very long life. Let it live.
Oh, well, some spiders live for like 50 years or more.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, just not the orb weavers.
No, we'll show these frames first to clear off the table because we've got so much more to look at.
We do, yeah.
So what are we looking at with these lovely things here?
Well, they're praying mantis, and they're actually not local species. They're Horrodula muscula, which is the giant rainforest mantid from far north Queensland. But regardless of the species, over winter, so mantid adults, about now, they've become adults and they will mate and make a thing called an ootheca, which is their egg sac. So there's one in that frame, but there's some more here.
Yeah, well, hang on, we'll show those in a tick. We haven't had a look at these yet.
So they'll die and then they'll leave the ootheca.
Right, so that looks like they've only got 2 wings on one side, but what you were explaining to me before, on the other side is where the wing would normally sit.
Yeah, so I've pinned those. I didn't kill them. I just wait till they die. Yeah, they did. They mated, and I had generations of their offspring. But and that's their actual ootheca in that frame.
Oh, where's the ootheca? Can we have another look?
Just below your right hand.
Okay. Oh, up here.
Yep.
Pointing there.
Yep, just there. It's a big
So that's
blob.
the egg sac.
That's their egg sac.
Okay.
And every species of praying mantis makes a slightly different egg sac, but they all sort of look a bit like spray foam.
They're very pretty though.
And it's common to find them
Have you
in
got
winter.
a green one over there?
Yep.
Let's have a look at a living one.
So this is an adult male horodula.
And it's alive.
And and you can see because it's, alive, it's much greener and fresher looking than those two.
Is.
They've been dead for probably 12 years or
more.
more.
Why are praying mantises so important?
Oh, well, they're really good pest controllers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and when the babies hatch...
I know all this. That's why I'm just leading you into
I feel like we've talked about it before. But when the babies hatch, so here, look, here's a different Utica.
Okay.
So that one is more like our local grass manted. And when that hatches, there'll be anything up to 300 tiny little babies. So you've got
so you've got a better understanding of the size of both those. There we go.
Well, he's quite a little male. If he was a female of this species, he'd be much, much bigger.
Oh, really? The males are smaller?
Yeah, because they have to risk jumping on the back of the female to mate her and hoping that she doesn't eat
Well, that's
them.
the same as spiders, right?
Yeah.
They all behave the same. So the male spider's small, female's quite large by comparison.
Usually, yeah.
Because they're going to be lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, so
these guys will disappear in winter and they'll leave their egg sacs. And the egg sacs, like a lot of invertebrates do this, they do something called overwintering.
Okay, now something's eating this one. Is it this one?
Oh, there was, a little carpet beetle larva, but I actually got rid of it. I think it was eating that one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, just fascinating.
But they've all hatched, so there's nothing.
Yeah, right, there's nothing there. That's just
to
the
eat.
empty.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're a good pest control. Of which pests do they enjoy?
It depends how big they are. So at this size, they'll eat big stuff like big crickets and flies and, anything that's cockroaches, stuff like that. But when they're tiny little mantids, then they want to eat things like aphid and whitefly.
Oh, little tiny things.
Yeah, little tiny pests in your garden.
I've got some pests on my African violets at home. They're just small. Just send a couple over, will you?
One of those egg sacs can produce anything up to like 300 or more babies.
I only want one. Only one.
Well, if you want praying mantises in your garden, plant strappy sort of plants. They love that kind of habitat. And don't use pesticide.
Yeah, I can understand. So I've seen these before, and you think, first of all, maybe they're seeds.
Well, I was very impressed that you knew what they were because a lot of people do think they're gum nuts, and I wasn't sure whether you were on the right track until you said that you were a Hills boy, because that's exactly where you'll find them. These are actually from last season.
Right.
So some of them have emerged, made their cocoon and emerged straight away.
You see there's a hole in the end
there.
there.
And that's where the adult, which is what is it?
Bug.
A moth.
Moth.
A very big moth.
Big moth.
Yeah. These are...
Fluffy moth.
These are cocoons of Helena gum moths. And they're a very large moth.
I didn't know what came out of them because I've just seen them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, these are probably mostly male cocoons.
I don't know how close you can get there, but you can just see where my fingernail is. There's a hole in the end there that it's escaped from.
Yep. And if you give them a shake, like give them the reason they're rattling is because the others all have pupa inside them.
Right.
And those pupa are the longest I've had one over winter.
Sorry. Do that again so you can have a look down there.
So the longest I've had one over winter for is 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Before they hatch?
Yeah, well, 1 year.
How do they survive? Have they got like a food source?
Well, usually that only happens if they're like in the house. So 1 year I had a whole heap of them escape from the enclosure because I didn't close it. So it didn't really escape.
Can I tell them about your house?
Well, they climbed up the walls and they made their cocoons because they don't usually wander until they're ready to make their cocoons. So it just so happened that I left the lid off at the wrong time, and they made cocoons all over the lounge room.
Nice.
And it's really hard to get them off without damaging them. So I just left them there. And even now, that was like 6 years ago. I reckon the last one hatched last year.
Because you breed these bugs at home, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. But
I mean, some people have budgies and cats and dogs and things.
oh, I've got that stuff too, but not budgies, but
A menagerie, because they'd eat
lorikeets.
half your bugs. Oh no, they don't. They only eat seeds, don't they?
No, they the chicken. We've got chickens and they eat the bugs.
Oh,
They're
yes,
very
of
good
course they
pest
do.
control. If you
All
want
right.
pest control,
Look, we've
get a
got so
chicken.
much more to talk about,
Yeah.
but we'll have to keep you on tender hooks for just a minute, and we'll be back to look at a whole lot more fascinating things that Kristen has for us. We're talking with Kristen Messenger, the Managing Director of Bugs and Slugs. I think I'm going to call you that from now on.
Might be overstating things.
Well, no, because you manage them. You're
Yeah, true.
You look after and grow all these bugs and slugs, which are fascinating. I'm going to be very careful with these because you've got the babies here.
Yeah, because
Just hold your hand nice and still.
I sort of wanted to make the point that some things might produce an ootheca or an egg sac or even a cocoon, and they'll wait out the winter inside that egg sac or inside that cocoon.
Right.
But some things, their life cycle comes to an end at the beginning of winter and they leave their babies behind. So you're holding a pie dish beetle now.
And they're playing dead.
Yeah, but it is actually alive.
Yes.
There's another one
Another
there,
one in
see
here.
if you can get...
Yeah, but they're also playing dead. Oh no.
Well, they'll stop moving as soon as they think, you're paying attention to them. They're very good at it.
Yes.
But
come on, go, go. You're on.
But if they were dead, they wouldn't be able to hang on like that.
No, I was going to say they're hanging on. One started to move.
So these beetles
Yes.
produce a larva that, for all intents and purposes, just looks like a mealworm. So
And that's
I don't know
what
if you
you've
can
got
see
there.
them in my hand. Yeah, these are baby pie dish beetles, and they're the mum and the dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how do you know?
Oh, because the female's bigger
Oh.
than the male.
So that's the only way to know.
Oh no, but they are. When
Just looking to
bugs
see
are
if the
sexually
female's
dimorphic,
wearing
it's easier
jewellery.
to see.
Sorry.
No, but the male does have a penis.
Oh.
So if he mounts the female and mates her, you actually can see.
Oh, you see that that's actually happening. Now they're moving
Very
about
long.
for such a small creature.
Yeah, it's like half the length of their body.
Okay, well, there you go. Who knew? All right, now you've got some other fabulous
Yeah,
things
so
here. In
so
these here.
you can have babies that you leave behind because winter is a much milder time. So if you're going to have baby, bugs, you want to have them at a time when they're going to survive. And our summer is a little bit
Hot
hot and dry.
and dry.
And our winter's quite mild. So these are, you can
Oh,
just,
he's upside down.
that's okay, we can just pop them in the thing.
I'm being gentle. Oh, it's
Turn him
upside
over.
down.
There you go.
I'm being gentle, yes.
It says me with a
Now
scorpion
have a look
on my
at this
hand.
one. She's got a scorpion
Try and put
here.
him- There you go. So some invertebrates will give birth. So scorpions give birth to live young.
Oh, really?
And, yep, they do.
Not eggs
Not eggs. No.
and not grubs.
No.
They're all there.
Yep, they're all there. They have.
How many do they have?
She had 32, which is quite a lot.
Thing.
That's
That is,
about
because they're not the biggest things on earth, let's face it.
No, and these are baby rainforest scorpions, and the parents. I didn't bring the parents because it's a bit cool for them in this temperature, but the little babies. So these were born kind of towards the end of summer,
Right.
and they'll stay with their mum for a while, and then as
What
they
do
get,
they eat?
they eat bugs, so they're
Okay.
predatory.
So the mother doesn't feed them in any way.
No, she doesn't feed them.
Get out of here, she says.
They'll eat each other if they, if things get tough. But these have now they're about 2 months old, so they've been separated from their mum so that she doesn't eat them. And they're separated from each other so they don't eat each other.
Right.
And they're just wandering around.
And that's why they're in a separate little container all by themselves.
Yeah, so these guys sort of live in leaf litter. They make a little burrow and
But
they...
people actually collect these as sort of household pets, don't they?
Yeah. So this we have a similar species in South Australia called a black rock scorpion, but you would only see it if you're in the Adelaide Hills. We don't really.
Well, see,
have
as a
them on the
kid, we
plain.
used to be turning over rocks looking for exactly that. Scorpions, totally fearless of it all.
Yeah, if you've got black rock scorpions though, they form a lifelong relationship with their burrow, so it's not a great idea to, move them or collect
No, but
them.
as kids, you don't know that, so you just inquisitively look for things.
I feel like I might have known that as a kid.
I think that would be right. What? That you shouldn't disturb them, or that you wanted to have a look at them?
Yeah, but I used to bring everything home. That explains my mother. It's the trauma of surviving my childhood.
Oh dear. There's in this big container over here, though, we've got some rippers.
Oh, yeah, some animals escape winter just by staying underground. And I thought, now in South Australia, we do have a number of burrowing cockroaches.
Get out the cockroaches.
But these aren't them.
Oh, okay.
These are also from Queensland. The South Australian species, which are called Geoscaphius.
Okay.
Oh, you can pick it up.
Oh, do you want to pick it up?
Yeah, I do. I love it. I love you.
Oh, don't go mad.
So this one's the female.
Okay.
Now, don't freak out, but she's not actually quite fully grown yet. So
No. Well.
But I don't display them. Once they're fully grown, I don't display them. I just put
so
them in
you
the
put my hand.
bug room. They can't see, so you need to use your other hand to stop them falling off the edge of the world.
Oh, there you are.
So these guys are really important recyclers. This is their food.
Yes.
They just eat dead leaves. And whether they're this species, which is Macropenecia rhinoceros,
Look at the camera.
or whether they're our local species, which are all from the genus Geoscaphius, they all recycle dead leaves. And they're really important in terms of recycling and conditioning the soil.
Totally fascinating.
Yeah, and in winter, they're cold-blooded, of course, so they can't go running around in winter. In winter, they just take to their burrows, and the females will become pregnant over winter.
Right.
And they gestate for nearly 12 months.
Oh, really?
So if she's pregnant now, which I feel like she is, she's quite heavy, she would have got pregnant last winter, and now she will give birth at the end of winter, just before Christmas. It's always my Christmas present, is baby giant burrowing cockroaches.
Why do you think people are so fascinated and want to keep them as pets?
Oh, look at it. It's beautiful.
It's
the coolest thing.
Well, yeah, I get all that, but that's the reason.
Yeah, and I have to say, though, I don't know that this species is the best pet in the world. They don't tolerate an awful lot of handling and interference. I'm
like
really
we're doing
good.
now.
Well, no, because this one, this doesn't happen very often.
Right.
So I've got about 100 of these because
so
I'm
what you're saying
super good
is,
at breeding them.
Yeah, really, all you could really do is look at them, don't feed them and, give them leaf litter.
Yeah, well, what I do is once they become adults, so these guys are about to be retired. Once they become adults, I retire them to the bug room, and they just get to live out their life with their partner. You have a bug room?
Of course you do, yes.
There's another one in here.
Oh.
So that's the male.
Okay.
And once they've
now, how do you know which? Oh, again, the male's slightly smaller.
Well, no. Look, there's lots of people say lots of things, but the surefire way to identify whether they're male or female is if I turn her over. I don't know if the camera can see that, but her last segment is just a clean segment, whereas if I turn him over, his last segment has just a tiny little extra. Can you see that? It's got a tiny little extra segment.
And still. Wait a minute. They're lining it up now. You'll see it any minute. There you go. Which point again?
So he's got this tiny little extra segment, a bit like the moon on your nail.
Oh, okay.
Just here.
And that's how you know it's a male?
That's how you know it's a male with this species, yeah.
They're absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, they're cool, aren't they? And they're so beautiful. Cockroaches might save your life in the next 20 years.
Because?
Because cockroaches, in spite of their reputation, which does precede them, they're actually super clean, and they have an oil that they preen themselves with You often see them constantly like cleaning themselves.
Right.
So they preen themselves with this oil that is antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial.
And that might work for humans.
Yep. So there's people cleverer than me working on new antibiotics that are mimicked from cockroach compounds that cockroaches have in their oil. That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, let them rest and burrow back into the soil.
I know, they're lovely, aren't they? And just think, they're going to get bigger before they're full
I would actually, yes, I would be fascinated to keep something like that, but I guess you'd keep them like in a glass terrarium or something.
Well, I don't
because
no, I keep them in these trays because when I put the lid on that, they think that that's their burrow.
I don't know if you can see this, but they've immediately gone straight back into the burrow. The female's following the male there. Oh, I don't know, can you get that? It's quite interesting because you can see them there.
Yeah, they'll just disappear underground straight away.
Yeah, the male went first and he's actually up here now and the female's just gone under there.
But if they were in a rainforest, their burrows could extend, greater than a metre deep.
Oh, really?
Yep. And the female will, once she's mature and she's mated, she stores sperm, so she'll just stay down in that burrow and once every 12 months she gives birth to about 30 babies.
Just releases them all. Amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
and then she parents them.
Got to take a short break while they go to sleep or whatever they're planning to do there. And we shall be back in a moment with more amazing things to show you. Kristen Messenger's been our guest on this episode, along with some amazing creatures. Just zoom in on one of these here, and I'll show you it underneath. So look, this is obviously that side of what's...
that's a leopard slug. So I wanted to...
Well, you can tell that because it looks like a leopard. But on the inside...
And this is its gastropod, its stomach foot. So that's how they move.
On their stomach?
Yeah, they use their stomach
I've
as
heard
a foot.
of armies travelling on their stomach, but never...
Well, and these guys are gastropods as well. So snails are also gastropods. They use their stomach as a foot. And these are native snails. Those slugs are introduced. So we don't have native slugs in South Australia, but these are native snails, but they're not South Australian ones. They're from far north Queensland. Yep,
they're big. I'll just turn this around so you can see.
This one's an adult, but this one's only still a juvenile.
Okay.
And then these are their babies because of course...
And these are eating whatever's on the ground?
Yeah, they like fungus and they like, rotting plant material, leaf litter. We give them a bit of cucumber and carrot. And this is the babies of these guys because snails... Winter's a good time for snails.
Put that back and hold it still for a minute. Yeah, there. So from that to that.
Yeah, well, these are already a couple of months old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They start that small?
They start like the size of not a normal pin, but one of those, pins with the blobs on the end.
A pinhead?
Yeah.
I think it's called.
Yeah, they start about like that.
And in this other container here, that's where they came from.
They're more baby snails.
And the things that most people would be familiar with are in this one.
Yeah, I wanted to, I often bring in a lot of razzle-dazzle kind of things, but these are just isopods in here. So they're like slaters.
Slaters.
Yeah. And I love them, and they do such an important job in your garden because they are recyclers.
Well, they're underneath every pot when you pick them up.
Yeah, and often in winter, it looks like there's no one in there, but if I sort of, just dig through the soil like that, suddenly they appear from everywhere because they're pretty good at hiding.
Right.
They have a pouch.
Do they?
They do, yeah. The females have a pouch. If you hold that, I might even be able to see it. There you go. This one's got one. So if I turn it over, I don't know if you can see just at the end there, she's got a pouch. And so she'll lay eggs. She'll carry those eggs in her pouch and then they hatch. And then the babies, it looks like she's giving birth to live young.
Still, yeah.
Sorry. It looks like she's giving birth to live young, but they're actually coming out of her pouch.
Amazing.
And they're a crustacean. So they're related to
So much to
yabbies
learn.
and prawns and crabs.
Right. So much to learn and so little time. We're going to get you back a little later in the year because there's some other special things we can talk about.
There's no end to the special things we can talk about, Mac.
Not in your world. I love it. Kristen, thank you so much for being part of Ad Time this time. So until next time on Ad Time, keep yourself nice till then and look after the bugs and slugs and all those other things.